Alright, so let's have this sample problem for the design of doubly reinforced beam. A fixed-ended rectangular reinforced concrete beam carries a uniform distributed load over the span of 7 meters. The beam has a width of 350 millimeters and an overall depth of 500 millimeters. Use 10 millimeter diameter stirrups. The concrete compressive strength F prime C is equal to 21 megapascal and the yield strength of reinforcement F sub Y is equal to 420 megapascal. Use 24 millimeter diameter reinforcing bars. From the given moment diagram, the required factor moment at the midspan is equal to 440 kilonewton meters. Design the required number of reinforcing bars at the midspan section, assuming a single layer of reinforcement. Okay, so given this problem, we need to design particularly at the midspan. So given sa moment diagram na ang value ng factored moment is nasa around 400 kilonewton meter, we need to design if this is qualify as a singly or doubly reinforced beam. Please take note yung location ng section natin. Kasi mahalaga yan, lalo na sa magiging placements natin ng mga reinforcements. Lalo na for the tension and compression. Okay, so let's design it. So of course, this will be our reference, itong figure natin, para ma-determine natin on how many reinforcements yung mga kakailanganin natin. Okay, so let's have first the preliminary steps. So of course, one of the preliminary steps is we need to determine the effective depth at the tension, which is best to assume here that all of the arrangement for our reinforcement is only single layer. So either in tension and compression. Okay, so let's determine the location for our effective depth for the tensile steel. So let's substitute all of the values here. So our effective depth, which is equal to 438 millimeters. However, we need to also determine the effective depth for the compression steel, just to anticipate if this section qualifies now as a doubly reinforced beam. Okay, so by just simply add the concrete cover, the diameter stirrups, and then the half of the main reinforcement, ang makukuha nating value dito is 62 millimeter. Okay? So, one of the preliminary steps, we need to determine the value for our beta 1, which is, this will rely on the value of the F prime C. However, the F prime C is 21 megapascal. So that the beta 1, this is now equal to 0.85. Okay? Now, let's proceed sa ating first step. We need to determine first the design moment capacity. Dapat class, this is under tension controlled. Then, para maging tension controlled yung ating section, dapat yung location ng ating neutral axis or yung value ng C, it should be tension controlled. At na-derive na natin to way before sa ating singly reinforced beam. Which is para malaman mo dito yung location ng compression block, what you need to do here is you need to use 3/8 of the effective depth para makuha mo lang yung depth of compression block kapag tension controlled. So, by simply substitute yung value natin sa ating effective depth, so makukuha natin dito yung value ng depth of compression block under the tension control. This is now equal to 164.25 millimeters. Kasi yan po yung gagamitin natin para ma-determine natin yung design moment capacity under tension control. So of course, ang ko-consider lang natin dito is kakayanin ba ng concrete alone yung magiging given moment natin. Kaya natin kinukuha yan in the first place. Okay? So, ang gagawin ko, since naka-value of A lang siya, palitan ko lang siya in terms of C. Dapat tension control pa rin siya. Which is ito na po yung magiging substitution natin. Okay? And then, let's substitute all of the values. By the way, since tayo ay nagde-design ng flexural strength, please remember na dapat tension control pa rin tayo. Okay? Dapat ang gagamitin mong value ng stroke reduction factor is always equal to 0.9. So that yung magiging concrete capacity natin, this is now equal to 289.034 kilonewton meter. Ibig sabihin lang yan, class, ganito. kapag yung given moment natin, let's say, 100 kilonewton meter is mas mababa sa capacity ng ating concrete moment, ibig sabihin lang po niyan class is kakayanin ng section natin. Ibig sabihin lang po niyan neto class, you will now design it as a singly reinforced beam. Pero kapag lumagpas yung given bending moment natin sa capacity ng ating concrete, ibig sabihin lang po niyan class, this will now qualifies as a doubly reinforced beam. Okay? So ibig sabihin lang nito, ito na po yung magiging value natin, the 289.034 kilonewton meter. I-compare muna natin siya sa ating given moments natin. Okay, so ito yung magiging qualification natin. Okay, please take note on this decision making natin. Kapag yung value ng ating moment capacity ng concrete ay mas mataas sa given moment sa problem, design mo siya as singly reinforced beam. Pero kapag mas mababa yung concrete capacity natin kaysa sa given, you will design it as doubly reinforced beam. Okay, so compare natin yung dalawa. Yung given natin is 400 kilonewton meter, while dun sa ating concrete design moment capacity natin is 289.034 kilonewton meter. So, mas mataas yung given kaysa sa ating capacity. So, ano lang ibig sabihin po niyan? You will now design it as a doubly reinforced beam. Ibig sabihin lang yan, class, kailangan mong isama sa design yung ating compression steel sa ating all throughout design natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin lang yan, para mas madali nating ma-design, we will consider it as a two parts, no? So, nakuha na natin yung moment capacity ng ating concrete. So, ibig sabihin lang nito, ang kukunin na lang natin dito is yung tinatawag na retaining moment. Kapag minus ko yung given sa concrete capacity, ilan na lang ang matitira sa kanya. So, kapag kinuha po natin siya, ang makukuha nating retaining moment, this is now 110.966 kilonewton meter. Ibig sabihin po niyan, ang sasalo for our design sa ating retaining moment ay yung mga bakal na natin dito, especially on the compression steel. So, ibig sabihin, ito na po yung dadalhin niyang moment capacity natin. But first, we need to design for the tensile steel. Kasi yan yung importanteng part natin dito. Okay, so let's consider from the controlled steel area. Ibig sabihin lang na to class is yung nasa maximum condition tayo. So para makuha ko muna yung first part, computing ko muna using yung steel ratio ng tension control. Then I will equal it to the total steel area. First part pa lang ito kasi nasa concrete pa lang tayo. Then divide lang natin siya together with your gross area B times D. Okay? So let's cross multiply para makuha ko lang yung equation na magre-represent dito sa first stress diagram natin na para kay concrete. Then kapag sinubstitute ko yung mga value para makuha ko yung first part ng aking steel reinforcement on the tension, ang makukuha ko dito is 2,076.736 square millimeter. So yan yung first part. Ibig sabihin, itong steel area na nandito, nire-represent niya yung para sa concrete. Kaso kasi nasa doble tayo. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan din natin ng second steel area that can be represent para sa ating compression steel. Alright, so let's design for the tensile steel ulit. However, ang magiging consideration na natin dito ay yung para doon sa ating second part. Okay, so on this retaining moment natin, ang ginamit ko pala dito by the way is yung kapag nag-moment ako sa compression. Okay? Kapag nag-moment ako sa compression, ito yung magiging axial tensile force ko. Okay? Then together with the derived natin para sa kanyang moment arm. Okay? So para makuha ko yung second part ng aking steel area, ang makukuha ko ditong value is 780.744 square millimeter. So yan yung magiging value natin dito. So para makuha na natin yung total tension steel area, so what I need to do here is ipag-add ko na lang sila. So since dalawa lang, hinati lang naman natin sila sa dalawang stress diagram. So, i-add ko na lang sila so that ang magiging total required tension steel area ko, this is now equal to 2,857.48 square millimeter. So, yan na yung magiging sagot ko. Kung ang tanong ay steel area, tama, steel area, no? Ayan. So, however, i-design na rin natin dito kung ilan yung bakal natin or kung ilang piraso yung gagamitin natin from this total steel area natin. What we need to do here, i-divide lang natin siya sa isang pirasong 24 mm na bakal. So that yung number of pieces, this is now equal to 6.316. Palagi niyong tatandaan, kapag design ng number ng bakal, palagi po tayong round up. So that galing sa 6.316 magiging 7 pieces of 24 millimeters yung magiging sagot natin. Okay? Kaso, please take note, tensile steel pa lang po yan. Kasi, since tayo ay nasa doubly reinforced beam, kailangan natin i-consider yung nasa compression steel. However, para sa ating compression steel, ang gagamitin na natin dito is this one, this formula. Please take note, kinonsider ko dito yung pag-minus ng 0.85 F'C. Considering na hollow na po yung area para dun sa concrete. Okay? So, yan yung magiging consideration natin. Alright, so let's substitute the value. So, by the way, ginagamit ko dito ulit ay yung para sa retaining moment. Ibig sabihin lang na to, class, dito po ako nagbabase ng aking second bending moment or yung ating retaining moment dito sa stress diagram na ito. Okay? So, para makuha ko yung total steel area for the compression, this is now equal to 815.399 square millimeter. Then, para makuha natin kung ilan yung bakal na magkakasya dito, i-divide pa rin natin siya with the individual steel area. Okay? Or dun sa ating reinforcement na gagamitin natin. So that, ang lalabas ngayon dito, this is now 1.802 or round up ulit, 2 pieces of 24 mm diameter of reinforcement. Yan yung palagi ninyong tatandaan dito, class, no? Kapag number of reinforcement, palagi po tayong mag-round up. And this is our answer for this sample problem.